Drum popping, we don't care. What's up, Joy Perry? Watch it crazy. What's up? What's going on, Mark? Hand of Doom, what's going on? Joey, what are you doing? Is that really Mr. X in here you're fighting with? Is that my girl? She's in here with her pink pantyhose on her head. She's wild. Gotta watch her. She might go write a book about it. What's up, Bend Over? I don't know about this, Bend Over. That hasn't been my experience. I'm not just talking about like snitching. I'm not talking about that. But some of it I'm talking about. What's up, Thornblades? What's going on? No, I did not see the El Ripper crying. But listen, Grumpy Chow Chow. These motherfuckers are bitches. Like, look. You know how many, since I've been on here, you know how many tragedies, like, have happened to me? Some people know about it. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna see the boss ever cry. Closest I came was when I put Shyla down, March 29th. And the only reason why I came close then was because the people, I had called them. I said, look, I've already spent my time with her. She's got to go. And then they still, you know, want to give a speech where I didn't cry or nothing. I fucking walked down, though. I'm not going to lie. I walked down in the end of the parking lot. I jumped over the thing. I punched out a car window. It was like an abandoned car. It wasn't nobody's car. But that's what I did instead of crying. But, yeah, Ripper's a bitch. So is William Brooklyn. All of them. I should rename my show Standing on Everyone Else's Business. Woohoo! 2 snaps up with a twist. Can't touch this. There you go, girl. There you go. You have fun. She's loud. What'd you say, Joy? Hey, Joy going after her. I don't even know if that's really Mr. X, honestly. Hang on for a second. Yeah, I don't even know if that's really I don't even know if that's really Mr. X at all. I think he's got some other shit. Oh, who are you talking about? That shitter TV take care of his brother-in-law or call Duck Protection Service on him. Who's that? DJ Shark Hitter? That guy's a fucking maniac. You know he ran for president, right? And he fucking was fighting at the polls and all that shit. He ran against Trump. Like, who that? Like, come on. That guy's nuts. He's a fucking nut. What's up, my dude? I ain't seen you in a minute. I've been looking for your lives and shit. I ain't seen them. Oh, my God. If I missed anybody saying what's up to you. Chalet, what's up? What's up, Angram? If I miss anybody, I'm sorry because I can fucking barely see. Timothy, what's up? Good to see you. Scottish Deborah, good to see you. Yeah, strippers can make or break you. A lot of times they break you. Ripper cried a few times on here. I seen his bitch ass crying one time. You know what I mean? Even that time that punk William remember William Brooklyn called in and threatened to unalive my mother. He was crying. I made him cry. When they're all bitches. That's why. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Michelle Meltdown, she did what? She threatened to throw a brick at your face? All right. Maybe she will. Nah, said the man. I didn't mean to be late. I was driving. I had to take somebody to the hospital. Or doctors, not the hospital. I just got back. But yeah, so I seen something about that, about the Ripper crying or something like that. That guy, listen, he's a bitch. Just like last night, I was in Twin Mama's chat or whatever, and that bitch William Brooklyn was over there. And you got people wanting to chime in the middle of something. And let me explain something to you. I understand all this YouTube stuff and all this kind of shit, you know, so I'm not going to take it out on people like that. But like, I'm being dead serious. Like I'm being dead serious. I look, that dude threatened to unalive my mother, right? So, you know, I'm going to fucking, he'll see, you know what I mean? But he's a little scumbag. Hey, what's up, Wolf's mom, Stacey H? Hope you're doing all right. Good to see you. But that's what all that stuff was last night. I didn't mean to like disrespect nobody's chat or nothing like that. But it's just like these scumbags. Let me tell you something. They're degenerates and perverts. He's another one. He's another degenerate and a pervert. Floats around. He just told you last night he's in a woman's community. Wow, what the fuck are you doing in a fucking woman's community? You fucking, what are you, trans fucking positioning? Oh, that's what we do over in the woman's community. I don't want to see what the fuck you do in a woman's community, you fucking weirdo. And that's all he's doing, flip-flopping around. Then you'll get them other perverted scumbags that come over doing all that shit. Thank you for the donation, Bend Over. Thank you. Greatly appreciate it. Hey, Christine, how are you? Yeah, so that's what happened there last night. So I wasn't like trying to disrespect Twin Mama's chat or not like that. But these people are scumbags. Like, you know, these people will sit over here and they want to say this, they want to say that. Eric's a chauvinist, Eric's this, Eric's that. Whatever, Eric disrespects. Get the fuck out of here. If you notice any other time, look at the shit. Look at who gets blocked in my chat. Not people who talk shit to me, people who talk shit to the women in my chat. That'll get you blocked quicker than talking shit to me. Anybody tell you that. But you know what I mean? Just because of the way I talk and shit like that, they try to always spin the story, spin the narrative. But at the end of the day, these people are a bunch of sick perverts. They're like women. They're like women. They come on here and cry. Listen, the women on YouTube are tougher than the men on YouTube, 100%. 100%. I take these women. What's up, Garth? Well, I take these women 100 times to 1 over the men that are on here. And listen, I'm going to be honest, like in real life, I don't understand. I think Carlos is blocked or something like that. Come in under a sock account, Carlos, and then I'll go in and unblock you because I was running late. I don't know how to unblock you from here, Carlos. I don't know how to do it. While I'm doing the show, I don't know how to unblock you. If that makes sense. But so because something's going on with StreamYard or something. I'm getting tired of StreamYard. People are getting blocked and shit like that. There's no reason Carlos should be blocked. You know what I'm saying? I didn't block him. Rhea didn't block him. What's going on, Dave? So it's like weird shit happens like that all the time. Yeah, well, women are higher quality. Listen, from my experiences, look, all right, I go to like the shit with like the shit that happened, like, all right, like with the girl Erin and that girl Michelle. See, that's two type of different women. Okay. And I'm going to give you the truth. Michelle's a wannabe. She can never make the cut. Okay. And that's not saying anything bad for her. What's up, Puppet Master? That's not saying anything bad for her. It's just that I'm a lot to handle. You know what I mean? When listen, it's exciting. It's fun. Women love it and shit like that. But it gets fucking, listen, shit hits the fan. You know what I'm saying? So I've always had to been the type to have women around me, whether I'm in a relationship with them or whatever, that are either completely out of the fucking loop, which I've done that before. Yeah, I was arguing with that William Brooklyn. I'm not arguing with like Michelle or nothing. I'm just giving an example. Either completely out of the loop or just don't get in at all. Now, Erin's the type of girl who she's going to get in the loop. You know what I mean? The bitch, even though you don't want her to and all that shit, she's going to. So you're just going to have to deal with that. But at the end of the day, she's stand up. She's a rider. You know what I'm saying? She don't sit there like, you know, you could just tell how a person like Michelle is. You know what I mean? You do one thing to piss them off. It's fucking, this and that. The shit like what me and Erin have been through. Like, honestly, Michelle was right about something. Erin did get locked up when she got with me. You know what I mean? She got arrested. She didn't get convicted. She didn't get convicted or nothing. But yeah, she wound up, first time in her life getting arrested. She was innocent, you know what I'm saying? But like, even in that situation, like they locked her up first. And they were really looking for me. Listen, I'm just going to be honest. 7 out of 10 dudes would have just been like, yo, I know right where he's at. She knew right where I was at. We lived together. I just got her. She went and got me a condo. Obviously, I paid for it and shit, but like I was on the run. You know what I mean? So I couldn't stay at my usual places or whatever. So anyway, so it's just like a total difference. But like from my experience, like especially with holding people down and just being more like, I think women are better. I think men get scared. Men get so scared. Men get so scared that they're going to go to prison. The men get so scared. They're just a lot of times just scared. And then women, honestly, a lot of times they like the shit. They're not scared. They're excited by the bullshit. I guess that's what like toxic relationships are. That's what I like. You know what I'm saying? So that's always been my thing. Like, but honestly, like I said, there's a lot of, all you got to do is look on here. Look on here. The women on here are tougher than the men. The women on here are tougher than the men. When did they do? So did they got the Ripper crying? Oh yeah, Leanne don't get blocked over here. I would never block Leanne. Leanne's the gift that keeps on giving. Leanne's so fucking stupid. Leanne got over though. Listen. Okay, I'm such a tough guy. Meanwhile, I'm 50, living with my mom. At least I know my mother. At least I know my kids and stuff like that. Yeah, I live with my mom. You fucking idiot. Okay. I actually live in Maryland. You know who? Afro Records. Who is that? Let me get you out of here. But yeah, fucking Leanne is fucking okay, that's you, Carlos. Yeah, I'll unblock it after I'm done the show. Yeah. Yeah, these people, listen, watch her crazy. These people worry so much about other shit. They're worried about like, oh, who lives with who does this, who does this. Let's trust me. Like I said, at the end of the day, I own shit. Like outright. Out fucking right. You know, not a ton, because I lost out on some shit. But I'm gonna tell you like this: I do own shit outright. It's a different type of, it's called longevity money. But you're in here underneath the Afro Records. No, I wasn't on the 95 in Maryland Tuesday. I wasn't in Maryland. I haven't had a BMW for fucking Jesus Christ. Since 2003. Was it 2003? I don't think I have. Yeah, that's the last time I had a BMW. Yeah, fucking so. Yeah, like you'll see on here, like you got the men breaking down, they're crying, that's just like the same thing in real life. You know what I mean? They come on here, they fucking like you said, the Ripper. How in the fuck's the Ripper gonna come on here, brag about beating women with pool sticks, brag about SAing people's mothers, doing this, doing that, but this motherfucker's gonna come on here and cry? I want to see it. I think I've seen it before a long time ago. Yeah, I was chasing down that Carlos. I was chasing down a little bitch ass William Brooklyn. You know his perverted ass likes to go in all them chats and shit. You know what I mean? You know how perverted he is and shit. He's a sick fucking freak. And then he wants to get in chats and he wants to act like he's somebody. You know what I mean? Like a motherfucker. Oh, this ain't fair. Why don't you time him out? Time me out. You know, listen, first off, let me explain something to you, William Brooklyn. You're a bitch. You see what I'm saying? You ain't Eric Foss. You know what I mean? Just like last night, I came in that bitch, attacked you, told you everything I want to do to you. Want to leave you leaking in the street out there. The guy didn't do it. You got timed out because you're a bitch. They ain't gonna time me out. You fucking idiot. Don't you fucking ever think that? You fucking little shrimp dick fucking. And you are and I'm not putting anybody down, but William Brooklyn, oh, you're watching crazy. That was funny last night. I was so mad though with that fat fucking punk that I really I couldn't pay attention. You know what I mean? But that was funny. Yeah, that motherfucker, he's a fucking scumbag. He's a big listen, he's a bigger loser than the fucking Ripper. That's the ridiculousness. He's a bigger loser. I mean, disgusting. And here's the thing. And like I said, I'm not, yeah, it's all right for chicks to cry, Chalet. That's supposed to be. Women are women, men are fucking men. People are getting shit fucking confused nowadays. Nowadays, the bitch wants to be the man and the man wants to be the bitch. That doesn't have, you cannot fucking do that. You cannot do that. And, I mean, they are doing it. They are doing it. 100 in here, hit the like button. But that's what's really happening nowadays. Men are becoming bitches. Bitches becoming men. You know what I'm saying? This is not good. But back to you, William Brooklyn, because you're on the bitch side of this. Now let me explain something to you. Exactly. Men punch walls, women cry. William Brooklyn, you are exactly. That's what we're looking for, Garth. Thank you. Well, because we're going to get into him a little bit. He wants to act like the girl was just a junkie. He was a junkie too. And I'm going to tell you how I know. Will cause other people bad moms. What happened to this kid when his fat baby mama passed, right? Yeah, well, check this out. He was getting high too. He was shooting dope too. And here's the truth. That's why he's on methadone and Suboxone. Or he's on one or the other or both. And I'm going to tell you why I know. I went back to the old thing when he got too drunk on here. And he was talking on Angel's show. Remember when he was just like want to show off for JT and show off for fucking Angel and all that shit. And he admitted on there when they said something about drugs. He's like, no, I'm on maintenance drugs. So that's either fucking Suboxone or methadone. Now listen. And he drinks them fucking Colt 45s. Listen to me. I have 104 people in here. I'm not the lowest show around here, bitch. Conrad Elliott, a fake poser. No, my show's real. That's why people come over here. See, you must be one of the people I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. This is either a woman attacker, a pervert, a pervert, you know, it's just one of the same shit. Or a real poser on here. A real poser, because I ain't no fucking poser. You know what I mean? Fuck it up. Yeah, this is what he does. That's exactly what he does. He talks shit, endless shit on Angel, then he went in their chat, stuff like that. But listen, the dude is look, everything about him's fucked up. He can't even function. He can't even function. And then he drinks, he's got old Colt 45s in cans. And he just sits there. He's a disgusting fucking human being. Oh, what girl from Ohio? You talking about Brooklyn? I don't know where she's been at. She must have disappeared for a minute. Yeah, she's a cool chick. She's a cool chick. I like her. What's up, Roddy? Yeah, and he did some dirty shit. Yeah, exactly, Grumpy. He did some dirty shit, man. He went into that girl's I don't even know the girl. He falls in love with him on here, and he fucking why would you do that? If you're that handicapped, why would you show anyone that? Yeah, I believe that, Chalet. There are more strong women because these men are punks. You know what I mean? They are. I mean, look at the ones we're talking about. Look at William Brooklyn. He caught him crying. I made you cry. My mother didn't make you cry. And you want to kill my mother. Bitch, you ain't going to ever kill nothing but another man's passion, you punk. I will beat you to death. Straight up. And I would attempt to do it. You know what I mean? If you die, you die. Oh, my God. Carlos, team press charges. They pressed charges The Ripper started giving classes on it. He gets drunk. This is what the Ripper does. The Ripper gets drunk and starts snitching. Just out in the open. That one show when he was all fucked up, he was hammered. And he's sitting there, he was snitching so much. He was yelling about that Nemesis shit and talking about Mark in England or whatever. A little kid had to come in there and tell him to be quiet. He was snitching so loud. Yo, it was so funny. Just this whole YouTube thing, I would say. What's up, Teresa Marie? Yeah, motherfucking, he was snitching so much. He's such a bitch. Like, yeah, he does. Oh my God. He's disgusting. Now, and you know what, Teresa Marie? I'm not even gonna say get sober before drinking malt liquor. You know what I'm saying? It might be, you know, some people like beer. Like, let me say something. When I was young, I liked 40 ounces and shit like, and it was malt liquor. You know what I mean? It was 64s a cold 45, then old English, Crazy Horse, St. Ives, all that shit. Then the Mickey's Big Mouths. Then I wound up drinking Michelob. Then I drank Bud Ice, and then Corona, the Heineken sometimes. But I'm not a beer drinker anymore. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I can't really call it. But the idea of canned beer half full in your refrigerator and no food in there, and like, that's what I'm talking about there. You know, that's what I'm talking about there. You know what I'm saying? He's so disgusting. He's so fucking disgusting. What's up, Patrick? Yeah, he's been a cheerleader. See, that's all he is. He just wants to get in where he fits in. I'm going to tell you what. He got kicked to the curb by Jim Terry. He was trying to do everything over there. He was going to be bobbing for hot dogs out of the toilet, but Jim Terry didn't want him. So then now he went over to Angel. Now his membership ran out. He can't get another one. So now he popping into the other chats and shit like that with his perverted ass. Fucking punk. Would you say Ripper, Chicago Muscle, FBS, and William all cried on here? Well, I'm going to say this. If FBS cried on here, he's probably had some dollar signs behind it. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. He may have cried to his mom or something like that. And that's very reasonable. I wouldn't do it on here, but I'm not saying like he's a punk for that. You know what I mean? But you never know. FBS says a tear. There might be some ding, ching, ching, ching. I'm joking. But a Ripper's a bitch. William's a bitch. You know, I didn't hear Chicago Muscle cry. I heard. I didn't hear that, so I don't know. What's up, Real Housewives of Margaritaville? But it's just funny. Yes, the Ripper's giving snitching classes. How the fuck? What do they call it over there where you're at, Mark? Police? Or is it Popo or whatever he says? Is it that? Or is it like some like kind of Mounties or some shit? Like, who's he calling? What a fucking punk. That's all the problem with these people on here. Yeah, he lives in like not a shelter. He lives in a waste of taxpayer money. He lives in a place that's like a little type of fucking halfway house for a fucking loser. You understand? Somebody ain't been to prison. Somebody not. He's just a loser. So they're just like, all right, get your ass up in here, and you do something like that. Edna, the old lady, the one, hey, I know where you're at. You know, the one that looks like the crypt keeper over there on Angels. I shouldn't say that, but the old lady Edna, she's cool, right? She called him out on it. She's like, I know where you live. I'm from New York. You're in this residential housing. And he was all stuck. I think that's the night that he said that he did all the fucking drugs. You're not drinking that nasty piss hot, Teresa Marie. Well, I would hope that you drink. Usually women now. What's up, DJ? Usually women now, once we got older, when we were younger, shit. What's going on, Ronan? We were younger than shit. We got something here. We got some breaking news coming in. Let me please be this. Oh, God. Oh, God. Carlos, we're not doing that. I've heard it. I've heard it. He's crying. It's not crying. He's really lying. Lie crying. Carlos, you know what I'm talking about. What conversation we're having right now. He's lie crying. He's like, the man died of my arms and all that shit. So he can't really be crying because it's not true. You understand? So it had to be like fake crying. So I don't know if we can count that as crying, right? Is it lying? Is it crying? Could it be both? I mean, you know, the Ripper is just a pussy. Yeah, Stone Sailor. Listen, Stone Sailor's another one. I actually mentioned that piece of shit. He's a fucking scumbag. You know what I mean? That's why he's in diapers. You know what I mean? Just think how miserable he is. And just think about how miserable he makes everybody's life. He just sits around in diapers talking about women. What a fucking scumbag. It's like when I think of him, sometimes I think of the movie Forrest Gump. Remember that fucking Lieutenant Dan? Remember him? They were in there with the whores and shit like that. And the fucking, you know, Lieutenant Dan tried to call the bitch, you know what I mean? To try to call her out because she's a whore or something like that. But you ain't got no legs, you know what I'm saying? So she puts Lieutenant Dan on the floor and shit. That's what I think of Stone Sailor. You know what I mean? Oh man, Real Housewives Margaritaville. He's not a good guy on no level. He's a pervert. He's disgusting. You can do that. You can do that. You can buy them recovery houses and shit. And it's actually not even. You won't even be 120,000 inch for real. Spirit of New Orleans. You could get up in the house probably. Somewhere around 70,000. You could get 170,000 with all the exit signs and everything. You know, you're not going to get it done up like that, but you could get rehab it into that. You know, with all together, you'd probably be in 70. You know what I mean? That's a good also. Yeah, but yeah, and you know what, Timothy? The thing with the Section 8 vouchers is when you want with a tenant there, you want a tenant that works and still gets Section 8. For example, like a woman correctional officer. She's got a bunch of kids or something. Now, because she's going to beat them little kids' ass. She's going to respect the shit and all that kind of shit. You don't want the fat white bitch. Just do that. That's it. You don't want the fat white bitch because her baby's father's going to be in there selling crack, fucking playing PlayStation, shooting dope possibly if he's white. You know what I'm saying? You don't want the fat white bitch because then her kids are going to be putting dominoes all in the toilets and, you know, shit like that. Definitely don't want her. Jessie Roth. You don't want her. You know what I'm saying? She's got motherfuckers running in and out of fucking hand to hand and crack and shit like that, playing PlayStation. The whole place smells like feet, cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? I stopped smoking too. Yeah. But like if you could get like I said, like a correctional officer or something like that, then it's good. Because they will respect that shit. Yeah, Timothy, yeah, some will. Some will, but some regular tenants will too. But like I said, you just gotta, I guess it's tough, man. You know who gets screwed? The veterans. The veterans get screwed. Like their vouchers, my friend had he was housing them. Okay. And he had bought one like down off of Edmondson Avenue or something like that, like in West Baltimore. So, you know, them big ass, old ass houses type shit that are in every fucking major city. You know, them you look, they don't look that big from the outside. You walk in, they're like fucking 60 foot fucking deep, fucking they're big. So he had something like that. And, you know, he put the exit signs in and shit, and he had so many rooms. They fucking take the veterans and give them vouchers for that to be in rooms. And it's like 600 months per room, maybe more if I'm not mistaken. And that's all they got. That's all they got is a fucking room. And now they can put a lock on their door. Now, Section 8, I remember this. I was doing tenant placement, right? I'll tell you a quick story. I was doing tenant placement with this guy, Anthony, right? He was a black guy from East Baltimore. Now, I had just got out of prison. I got into real estate shit because of my friend I started off doing appraisals. That's what I'm the best at. Like residential appraisals and shit like that, property values. That's what I'm the best at, believe it or not. Even though I'm not licensed in that. But anyway, so I was doing that. And once you get into like real estate, any type of thing, you're going to meet all kind of people, and there's all kind of different hustles, basically. So I didn't have my real estate license, and this guy, Anthony, he was doing some shit, tenant placement. So what he had like a bunch of like clientele, people owned either private landlords like who owned houses that they're renting out, or apartments, you know what I mean? That they own, you know, apartment complexes. He works with them. So basically what the deal was we would get the people, okay? We would get the Section 8 people, and that's what these people wanted because they want the guaranteed money. Now other people could apply and shit like that, and you get your credit around, but it's very hard to rent a place. Honestly, you got to make like 3 times over what you fucking what the rent is. You can't have a fucking criminal record. None of that shit. It's very hard. You got to know somebody for real. So basically, it was mainly Section 8 people. So now we meet this chick, Section 8 chick. We get to the fucking place. The place was in Towson. And it wasn't the very nice part of Towson in Maryland, but it's still fucking Towson. You know what I'm saying? And it was a nice apartment. So we meet the bitch there. She comes in with this fucking attitude and shit like that. She's walking around. So we're showing her the place. So as I said, the apartment was decent. So at the end, we're like, well, what do you think? You know, do you want to do this? Blah, blah, blah. Now, what we get is we get whatever 1 month is. So in other words, say it's $1,300 a month or $1,800 a month. That's what we make, and that's it. And we just skirt on. You know, it's a pretty good hustle. Now, she looks around. She's like, yeah, I like the place and everything, but it doesn't have this, it doesn't have that, it doesn't have recessed light, it doesn't have this, it doesn't have that. Anthony, he liked to drink and shit. He was like, you know, I was more professional than him. He's like, and you know what, bitch? You ain't got a fucking job. You know what I mean? Because she was complaining and shit. But there's a reason why they do that. When they get, because the government gives so much money into that Section 8 program that they have classes that when they get their vouchers, they go to meetings. And that's how we would find them. We go wait outside and be like, hey, come with us. We got a place for you. Because they got like 60 days. Now, this is in Maryland. They got like 60 days to find a place. And they tell them, they say, look, these vouchers are worth a lot of money. You know, you're talking $1,500, $1,800. I think it was $1,800 for a 3-bedroom. You know, so they're like, look, we're giving you $1,800. You need to fucking make sure you get a nice spot. And they got to hurry up and do it because, you know, they got to do it by the 60 days or 58 days or whatever it is, or else they lose their shit. But it's a big racket. But you can win with it, though, Timothy. You can win with it, like I said. But I don't know if that will be discriminatory practices either. Like, you got to watch out for that too. All the time in real estate, anytime you're dealing in real estate, you got a code of ethics that you got to follow. Like, for example, when I was an agent, I can't tell you the demographics of a neighborhood, like race-wise or anything like that. I can lose my license for that. If you even ask me, if you say, hey, there's a lot of white people live there, there's a lot of black people, I tell you go check the neighborhood out on your own, because I can't tell you that. I could lose real estate commission strip your license for that, and they do try to set you up with shit like that. Oh my God, anybody Muggsy wouldn't even date Big Red Roth. Roth is God. Just that voice. Look at that fucking freak show over there now with fucking Angel. That panel got uglier. I didn't think it could. Now you got fucking Roth and Marzi going. They sound like two fucking wounded fucking animals. Fucking, they look alike. Christ. Leanne's the hottest one. You're the hottest one over there, Leanne. They got look at the fucking, that's like a Angel's panel is like a haunted house. Listen to what I'm saying. Think about it. They're all like fucking like creatures from a haunted house or some type of fucking Muppets or something. All right, iDub. What the fuck is that? Looks like something off the fucking Muppets. Lee Cole. This type of fucking sad, fucking weirdo. He could be in the haunted house. Roth and fucking that would be the noises as you're going through the haunted house, and then you see them flashing out and shit like that. And then you got the fucking, then you got old Rocky Dennis pulling up the rear. You know what I mean? That motherfucker. It looks like he's already lumped up. You know, Conarsi, it already looks like he looks lumped up. He's coming into the fight lumped up. That's some ugly motherfuckers over there, bro. 100%. I want all you guys, man. Just listen. Let me explain something. Thank God, no matter what's going on in your life right now, you hear me? No matter what's going on in your life, because there's going to be ups, there's going to be down. Thank God that you're not Jesse Raw or one of them type of people. Ain't that crazy? Leanne's ugly ass, the hottest one over there. That's fucking nuts. She's winning. Leanne is winning. Leanne is fucking winning. I can't believe she did that. Yeah, Real Housewives. Veterans have always been treated like shit. They have. I know about it. Like, listen, I'm not a veteran or nothing like that, but I'm the one who stopped that shit in my family, and that's not I'm not proud of. Obviously, I'm a criminal, but everybody before me, I think every man in my family before me served in the military, and then it stopped at me. You know what I mean? But yeah, so I know how it is. You know what I'm saying? You always got to be America. Like that's one thing I don't know. You got to be America first, even if you don't like. You know what I mean? If you don't like the government, you can't take it out on the troops. You know what I'm saying? Just sort of like fucking sort of like football or anything like that. You know what I mean? But it's obviously it's more intense. No, Tony Pizza ain't driving around down Florida. He fucking hauled ass up to New York. Because I put him on the shelf. Somebody lied to him and said that I was going to beat him up and take Leon, right? So I wasn't going to beat him up or take Leon. What's going on, Bobby Fingers? Good to see you. Oh, yeah. Tony P. So, look, here's what he did. Obviously, you know, he tells all them lies and shit. So he kept fucking with me. Now, look. If anybody on here has actually been to prison, actually knows people, actually fucking listen. It's been fucking. I've had every fucking thing pulled on me to be pulled. Never been caught in a line. Never been, called out for nothing. Everybody. My mother's been pulled. My daughter's been pulled. My prison record's been pulled. My criminal record's been pulled. My Facebook's been pulled. My girlfriends have been pulled. All of it. So, Tony Pizza is the opposite. He lies. He fabricates. But it's funny. But, it went too far. Because he sort of started getting that Tupac vibe. Whereas though, he's playing a gangster and then he starts believing he is one. That's what happens to these fucking assholes around here. Until a motherfucker shows up and just smacks the dog shit or does something to him. See, because that's what they're not realizing. You know what I mean? Now, Tony Pizza never crossed the line with me. I won't say that. He never crossed the line with me. He'll talk shit or whatever. That's fine. But he had to go to the shelf. Because I couldn't allow the stories. I couldn't allow the fabrications. I just kept coming down the line. You know what I mean? It's just like too much, And yeah, why would you dox anybody who donates to you? Oh, Towson is horrible. You're not a fan of Towson. Me neither. 100% I'm not. A reason why. So if you're familiar with up there, it's they're fake rich, and they got their nose in the air and shit like that. And for real, they're faking. I'll tell you how I know that too, Heidi. Fucking when I fucking had to buck on one of them when I first started. When I eventually learned my craft, first started doing appraisals. Obviously, I'm not licensed, so I'm going out doing these inspections. I don't know nothing. I'm educating myself at this time. I knew nothing about real estate at all. I just went to. I was a drug dealer with a carpet cleaning business and went to fucking prison. I didn't understand contracts. I was a sole proprietor. My carpet cleaning business didn't even incorporate. I didn't understand nothing at that time. So I get out. Now I'm learning the trade or whatever. So my friend, he starts me out like doing the inspections. But I'm not even licensed to be doing the inspections. So the last person you want to go to is the fucking middle-aged white guy driving some little-ass Benz with a fucking tie on, walking around in black socks in his house and shit. Because, you don't want to deal with that. You want to deal with, I did a lot of people with reverse mortgages, which has nothing to do with people in there. I'm just taking pictures to make sure they were, to make sure the house was still there, basically. So, obviously, I'm just honing my craft. Now, in the beginning, I wind up at one of them houses, Heidi in Towson. And fucking with a middle-aged fucking white guy, fucking walking with his tie, and when I say that, I'm a middle-aged white guy, and we got middle-aged white guys on here. But guys, listen, these people in Towson, they're just faking, man. It's got kind of like people playing Gangster on here. So he winds up giving me some shit or whatever, so I get through that, okay, and everything goes up without you got to take some shit sometimes. Well, it happened to me again. Later on down the road when I was more confident and I was good with my craft. So I was once again in Towson, same type of situation. What's up, Tijuana? What's going on year 20, TJ, 2025? So I was good with my shit now. You know what I mean? I learned how to really, and I always know how to sell. You know what I mean? I always know how to sell myself. Like, if I get into something while I'm in a house selling a job or something, I get confused or some guys I look around the house for sports memorabilia, anything that I could just start talking about. That's what you got to do. But anyway, so I go back. Listen, Heidi, so I go back into Towson area, catch the same type of guy or whatever. But this time it was different. So I'm going through click, 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 click. I'm trying to get the fuck out of there in 20 minutes. I'm going to make sure his report's right. I'm going to make sure everything. He's trying to refinance his shit because he's fucking broke. Okay, but he's trying to play rich. But he don't know I know what's going on. So this motherfucker starts following me around. And he's like, I was like, all right, yeah, sir. I said, I'm done. You know what I mean? I said, I could see what's done in here. I could tell your kitchen's been updated. I could tell your bathroom's been updated. But here's the thing, I'm for the people, right? So he got on my ass like, that didn't seem very fucking professional. I said, well, you know what, punk? I said, get somebody fucking else to do it. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because I know you need this to go through, and I know you need the money. I said, and that's what I was going to do. I said, but as a matter of fact, I said, let's walk back down your basement and let's go over to your fucking, where the where you turn the sockets on and off for the fucking power and shit. There was wires loose and everything. I said, now I'm going to take a picture of that and we're going to send that in. I was like, this is FHA also. I said, so they are really. I said, as a matter of fact, you got any flake of paint out? You know what I mean? He's like, I said, now, shut your fucking mouth. Let me do my fucking job. I said, and you ain't got nothing to worry about. He's like, oh, man, thank you. Fucking, but that's how they are up there in Towson. I can't stand them. Yes. What's up, El River Rat 305? How the fuck did your El Ripper? Yeah, I'm gonna go in and unblock all that shit after the show, man. I don't know how it got blocked. You know what? Somebody could have. I don't know. There's no way. Well, yeah, you can't. Okay, Real Housewives. A situation like that would be this, and here's what you're seeing: is that's because they have either a realtor that's Asian dealing with them, or they got a person that deals with the Asian people and just takes them to where they got to go. You know what I mean? They already know what time it is. Pretty much, I had a situation like that with people from Nepal. They're like Indian. I believe they're like Muslim or Indian or something like that. It's called Nepal. I dealt with them, and I knew what neighborhoods to put them in. Shit like that. I'm going to be honest. I've never heard. As a realtor, I've never heard a white person like ask about the race of the neighborhood and worry about it. I've never heard that. I've heard the Nepal people and I've heard black people. And it's the truth. You got to remember something too. A lot of times when in real estate, when you were dealing with Section 8's way to hold on to the prop. Yeah, they're just paying off your shit and you put a couple dollars in your pocket. You know what I mean? And that's if you pulled out money on it, whatever, if you got a little note on it or something. But yeah, so what'd you say, Joy? Marzi girl is from the pig farm trying to teach her birds to talk because she needs somebody to talk to. Oh my God, she's terrible. She's terrible. I look. They fucking, some of them cut Jim's throat too. Some of them were out to get him. You know what I'm saying? The whole time. What's up, Kuso? Yeah, that's Ripper's daddy, the puppet master. Carlos. Listen, Carlos triggers the Ripper so fucking much. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up, Monica? Good to see you. You think Trump is Israel first? Yeah. Yeah, I guess you got to be that to be America first. I don't know, man. I don't like getting into that stuff. Yeah, Michelle Melta, she watches in the bush. Maybe, I don't know. Like I said, look, I don't have a problem with her. You know what I mean? She's a fucking nutcase. She's a fucking nut. She's a fucking woman. What do you know? What do you want me to say? She knows she's nuts. That's about how easy it is. Listen? All right. What's going on, Snake? How do these motherfuckers sit on here? Look, I'm not going to say nobody's name. How do they come out with these outrageous fucking lies. Like, have you fucking listened to the outrageous fucking lies? You have war heroes. You had fucking fun. I mean, the easiest shit. All right, let's do something. I don't want to hurt no one's feelings. Let's do Tony's Island. You actually have a person coming on here and saying that he boxed Henry Tillman, Mike Tyson, kicked Kim Go Slice ass twice. Like, none of this shit could possibly be true. If he boxed Henry Tillman would have been about fucking 18 and he'd have been about 5. What's going on, Cletus, the immortal one? Tony Pizza was never with anyone. He's just a homeless guy. Let me tell you something. I'm not going to say that. He was never with anybody in the mob or nothing like that. Like, he was never a guy in the mob and all. Like he says. He said he lies. He didn't eat Dice Miss cheeseburger, none of that shit. But let me tell you what he is. He's someone that's fucking resourceful. In other words, if we'd have been down in Baltimore, if I'd have ran into him while we had our little thing going on down Baltimore Street on the block while we were hustling and shit like that, I would have pulled Tony. You'd have seen him. He's going to come up. He's going to let you know he needs money. He's going, he's willing to do shit. Yeah, I'd have sent him, to fucking, find out what's going on here or take this here or take that. Yeah, I would have, 100%. Not saying even drugs or anything, but just the guy that you need to do certain shit, find out certain shit. I mean, it's so I'll give him that. But no, he's not ever been in a mob, none of that kind of shit. What's up, Cletus? She said Frank Fratello's been pranking you for days. What does everybody fuck with Frank Fratello for? I heard. Jesus, too fat, Shakur. I heard fucking myself and Frank fucking Fratello. Yeah, I haven't smoked a cigarette in a day. I just quit. Ain't that crazy? But I heard me and Frank Fratello were supposedly on a live talking about Tony Pizza. Me and Frank Fratello have never been on a live in our lives together. You know what I mean? Where's Lieutenant Dan Saylor? No jump jack today. I'm not sure. You know what I mean? I'm not sure. If I personally knew where he was, I'd go fucking kick his fucking wheelchair over. I'm not going to lie to you. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to beat his fucking ass too when I catch up with him. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? You can't stand up. Don't talk shit. Oh, your ex-Flip's house is there? Where's he from? You don't got to say, I don't want you to dox yourself or nothing like that. But I know a lot of people in that area that flip houses and everything. I probably know them. Yeah, hey, Timothy, you ain't lying. Pizza's mounted on a shelf. His room practice. He sits up there at night in the park. He hates it. He fucking got so mad when I first put him on a shelf. He was just like, and he thought that he was going to be able to get off it. You know what I mean? To say, I'm a nobody. What's up, Mike Honcho? What's going on? Good to see you. Going to think I'm a nobody or something. But then he found out, you know what I mean? He tried to go directly at me. There's a chain of command. You can't do that, Pizza. And, he's got to stay up there. Got to stay up there. Yeah. Best coffee. I'm going to tell you something now. You say Tijuana. And she's like, what's Juan Valdez? Is he Mexican? I'm not sure. But I'll tell you the best coffee ever in the world is the fucking the yellow bag of the Juan Valdez Colombian coffee. You know what I'm saying? The Juan Valdez. It's this shit. It's called Keefe Coffee. Actually, George Bush's wife owns it. Okay. Now it's federal prison commissary, basically. They got all kind of Keefe products. So that's what they're all invested in. Just to let you guys know. It's big money. But I tell you what, this fucking coffee, I swear to God, man. That shit will fucking have you zing, 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 zing. That's some good shit. I ain't even gonna lie. It's the yellow bag. Would you say, Cletus, if you live near a university, write your for rent signs in Chinese and post them around the campus? They always pay the whole lease at once. Yeah, I agree with that. You see me crying on Twitter. See, this is William Brooklyn right here. He's an unhinged unicorn. Did you see his name? You ain't never see me crying on Twin Mamas. I told you I'm going to leave you, bitch. You think I'm playing. Your man knows. Your boss is scared. Your fucking boss is scared. That's a fact. I'm not even putting certain shit out there. That's a fact. He's scared of me. He knows what time it is. He knows what time it is. You played with the fucking devil, punk. Played with the fucking devil. William, let me explain something to you. By the time I'm done with you, you're going to be able to fit in a cereal box. And then I'll go get some Chinese food and eat it and not even think about it. You figure that out, William. Who do you think are racist? The Chinese? I don't know. Asian communities stick together. They do. What's up, Danny? Guys, that racist word gets thrown around here too. And it gets thrown around everywhere. And let me say something. You got like, all right, let's talk about like how Hulk Hogan said what he said, right? You have a black woman here who loves MRE, and that's cool. 90. What does that have to do with over here on Standing on Business, you idiot? Fucking, what an asshole. You know what I mean? This is what they do. You like Tony and Jen Silo? I don't dislike Tony Silo, Timothy. He fought Rocky Marciano, too. Speed bag Silo. He didn't even know it was 3 hits. I suck at the speed bag, and I knew that. That's the basic thing you learn. I could not hit a speed bag for shit. For shit. I used to be able to fold the heavy bag. But yeah, I don't dislike Tony Silo. I like to make fun of him. He's a fucking simp. He lies. Yeah, but like I said, he's harmless. Yeah, you're right, Ronnie. Pizza's a reject. But like, when you break it down, there's no worse than the William Brooklyns and the Rippers. I mean, not even, listen, Pizza's definitely on the shelf for a while. He's not coming off either. I put him up there right over top of fucking Lee Cole and fucking Jeffrey Loman. Hey, Carlos, you keep saying Team Press Chargers is hiding from ICE with their daddy El Rapo. Listen, El Rapo's hiding from Foss, man. I don't know if you realize that one yet. He ain't hiding from fucking. He might be hiding for them too. He's hiding. I'm gonna fucking check it. Nah, I ain't gonna get it. You'll see. New Jack Pizza. Pizza, like, listen, I've seen Pizza fucking high. I've seen him high. The situation is, I don't know, but they say crack, meth, and all that kind of shit, right? Now they're saying meth. Pizza likes cocaine. If he's doing drugs, he likes cocaine. I can tell. That's why, or it could be meth too, because he gets all weirded out too. You know, Pizza's a hell of a guy. The unicorn is probably William Brooklyn. But yeah, so I don't understand how these people come on here and say all these lies. And yeah, I'm definitely not woke. Oh, you want the link, Ronnie? Give me 1 second. Let me get down here. That's the thing. People talk all this stuff about race and all this shit, and everybody gets so offended nowadays, like with the Hulk Hogan shit and all that kind of stuff. But guys, you got to understand, man. If you ain't never been around a real racist, then you don't know what you're looking at. Let me explain something. I've been around racists on both ends. What I mean by that, I've been around. I'll give you an example. There's a link for you, Ron. I've been around this guy. What do you call him? 6'9", right? And me and him were cool, like, you know what I mean? And like, he respected me and everything, you know what I'm saying? All kind of shit. But like, when we talk, like, he even told me, he's like, listen, I'm a racist. He was Nation of Islam or whatever. He's like, I'm a racist. He's like, you know, so he's like, you know, it's no disrespect or nothing like that. And that's just what it was. Now, and then on the flip side of that, in the penitentiaries and shit, I've seen the white racists. Listen, let me tell you something. A white racist ain't going to eat with a black person or a Jewish person, ain't going to play cards, none of that. Smoke weed, hang out, none of that kind of shit. Now, it don't mean that they're going to fight or nothing like that. What's going on? Hey, what happened, Ronnie? You drop off? Try the link again. Ronnie. It dropped you off for some reason. So if somebody's on here that's done that, now people have grown up as skinheads and shit like that, then changed because they were kids and shit like that too. Now you got to remember that. So a lot of shit will be like misconstrued too. So I don't know what anybody's true feelings are, but I haven't seen a true downright racist. You want to know that the closest thing to that I've seen is the Ripper's fear of black men or black dick or whatever, because he's always talking about black men's dicks. So that's the closest thing I've ever seen on here. What's going on, Ronnie?
Right here, bro. You all right?
Yeah. You good? You good? How is it down there? Where you at?
Yeah,
The Bahamas?
Yeah, man. Right here in Spanish Wells, Bahamas.
Oh my goodness. The water's crystal clear, isn't it?
Crystal clear, man. We do it real here, man. We do it real here.
Yeah, I've been there.
It's a little rainy right now.
Okay. I've been there. I've been to Teresa Marie, that's Ronnie. He lives in the Bahamas. He lives what, like 50 miles, 30 miles from Nassau? Because I've been to Nassau.
Yeah.
Breaking up a little bit.
Right. I only live 50 miles from Nassau.
Yeah. So you've been out there. What is it? Paradise Island? Right there. My favorite thing to do there.
Right. Yeah.
My favorite thing to do there. You know them Yellowbird party boats that you go out on? You know what I'm talking about for the tourists? Yeah, and they got all that Jamaican. They got a big thing of Jamaican. They got a big thing of Jamaican rum. It's all free. Oh my God, I got fucking fucked. I got fucked up on there.
Oh yeah,
I was fucking rapping.
Good liquor here in the Bahamas. Good liquor here.
Yes. Listen, Ronnie, I got so fucked up. You know how like they're on the you know how they're on there like playing the guitars and singing and stuff like that. I jumped in. I started rapping and shit like I was Tupac or something. I was like, yeah,
man.
That water is so beautiful down there. Dynamite says you're hammered right now, Ronnie. But hey, listen, that man's in paradise right now. He's supposed to be hammered.
No, not hammered, just a little irie. That's all.
Right. You got to listen. I've always said this, Ronnie. Living in a
Yeah,
place like an island like that, or even if you go to like an underdeveloped island, just living there, I think you're going to live longer.
yeah, true.
I think you're
The
going to live
air
longer. It's
cleaner,
not as much stress.
that too. Yeah, that too. You're right, bro. You're right.
100%, man. Fuck.
Oh yeah.
That is my dream. So you were born there, and you've been there your whole life.
Born and raised, 36 years I lived on this island.
Okay.
Yeah,
What's up, Dynamite?
real nice.
Yeah, that's the way to be, man. That's the way to
My
fucking.
mom came from Canada, and she met my dad here, and then they married, and the candle's been lit ever since.
Wow. You got history, so you got history there on that island.
Oh yeah, plenty of history. We built the island. Spanish Trails people built the island. Really,
Wow.
we didn't have no government help and none of that shit. We built the island ourselves. We have our own power company and everything on the island. Own food store. Like my old man, he owns majority shares in the food store, majority shares in the power company, majority shares in the seafood place. You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what. Listen, that's what I'm talking about. I want it. That's like my dream to like go to like somewhere, find something that's underdeveloped. You know what I mean, and have enough
Yeah.
money to put like a tiki bar there and like a little maybe like a shopping mall or something like that, or something
Ah.
for build up the island.
All you need on this island is a McDonald's. Then we'll go right up. One
Yeah.
McDonald's, you could go rich here.
Wow.
As simple as that. One McDonald's or one Starbucks or some big name like that, you go off the map.
So what are you? So you're Canadian and what? You're
No, I'm
Canadian?
Bahamian. My mom is Canadian. I'm Bahamian.
Okay, so that's how that is. You're Bahamian.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm born and raised here.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I got you.
But
Yeah, if you'd have been born
Bahamian,
and raised in Canada, then you'd be Canadian. Yeah.
right, exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense. 100%. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's how I feel. That's how I feel too.
Yeah, man, that's how it is, straight up.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, man. I love it here.
No, he's in the Bahamas, Hand of Doom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking shit. All right, hey Ronnie, I'm about to wrap up though because I've been on here a little over an hour. I got some things to do. Thank you for coming up.
No problem, man. Thanks for letting me on, Art.
Oh yeah, fucking. You come on anytime you want. And I want to thank everybody who came in today. Everybody donated, and everybody hit that like button on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, I'll see you later on. Okay.